I ate human flesh after church on Sundays. My name is Danke, also known as the Cannibal of Munsterberg. On February 11, 1860, I was born to a family of German farmers in Oberkunzendorf, which is now part of Poland. I was known as a timid, soft-spoken child who was difficult to raise. After finishing elementary school, I worked as an apprentice for a gardener and built a life for myself. My father died when I was 25, and my older brother inherited our house. I received a portion of the money. I bought a property on Stawoa Street. I had a nearby shop where I sold meat. I volunteered as a cross-bearer and organist at the local Lutheran church and was well liked in the neighborhood, where I was affectionately referred to as Papa by everyone. I began murdering homeless vagrants and poor travelers to eat their flesh. In 1903, Ida Launer was my first known victim. 6 years later, in 1909, I murdered Emma Sander, a 25-year-old slaughterhouse worker. I also kept a journal of my murders and sold the flesh of my victims to unwary clients as pickled meat advertised as pork. I lured a homeless vagabond called Vincent Olivier into my home on December 21, 1924, with the promise of 20 pfennige if he wrote a letter for me. A townswoman had referred him to me since I was known for my generosity. I had sat Olivier down at a desk after handing him a pen and paper and offered him some pork. He heard me grunt and turned around just in time to see me raising a pickaxe to strike his head. Olivier managed to duck, getting a severe gash to the temple about 3 inches long, before wresting the weapon from me in the subsequent struggle. He fled out the front door screaming, drawing the attention of my neighbors, who later notified the cops. Because of my good reputation, Olivier's evidence was first dismissed, resulting in his arrest for vagrancy and panhandling. On the other hand, the court insisted on further investigation of his claims, and I was taken for interrogation. I was placed in a holding cell, where I hanged myself hours later with an undetermined ligature before being questioned. In light of this, my house was examined, and the horrible truth of my killings and cannibalism was found. While the authorities don't know how many victims I had, my ledger contained 31 names including Olivier, the escaped victim, verifying at least 30 victims. However, because of the vast number of body parts discovered in my residence, my body count was believed to be 42 or even higher.